I don't want to die on the freeway, so we're changing upper ball joints. So after loading air in my CR-V, I got in it the other day and drove on the freeway, and it was shaking like crazy. I texted him like, hey, was it shaking on you? He goes, oh yeah, it just didn't go that fast. I'm like, this is new. He thought it was part of the lift kit. So sorry for putting your life in danger, Aaron. It was not shaking like that before. It was upper ball joints. The HRG lift kit comes with eccentric upper ball joints to fix camber issues on the car, and I'd say we probably put 25,000 miles on them, honestly. It's probably been in the car 2 years. Yeah. And they were not a nice 25,000 miles. Neither Hermione.
I feel they just can't handle the extended articulation, maybe. They don't travel as far as they should.
No, I think that's definitely a problem. And on top of that, I just think most aftermarket ball joints really aren't up to the job a lot of the time either. Yeah. So I'm not trying to call them out, but I think it's most manufacturers of them. I'm sure they're just getting them from some third party that's doing them. So I just don't think they're ever as strong, really, especially those eccentric ones, because I think they end up with a lot more weird force on them. Not to mention that when you use those, they change your caster angle in your knuckle, which is kind of the biggest problem. But so we're going to change them. It's funny though. We went to actually check and see how the ball joints felt. And if you jack the truck all the way up, all the suspension locks up when it droops.
And
so you can't tell. So it feels stiff to you. So you have to actually lower it back slightly with a jack underneath the control arm and shake them that way to actually feel that the ball joint's bad.
They were loose.
Yeah, they were really loose. They were scary. So we decided we need to replace it. We're going to try something different, not just go the same route. True Heart makes an adjustable upper control arm that's specific for the lifted CR-V. It seems to give the ball joint a little bit different angle, almost flatten it out like it's expecting to be pointed downwards rather than sitting flat. They looked pretty good. I'm still not a big fan of sliding ball joints with the 6 bolts because I've seen them come loose all too often on road racing cars. Although I think I have an interesting solution for that later. For now, we're going to give them a try and see how they do. So one of the big things when we're doing this, you change out an upper control arm is actually pretty easy, but on a lifted CR-V where everything wants to lock up, we found that you have to support the lower control arm so it can't go all the way full droop, because then it's just going to want to rip the knuckle right out, drop the knuckle out, rip the axles out, everything like that, just because it's going to be all mashed together at full droop. So we had to support underneath the lower control arm with a jack. Isn't that the best feeling when the ball joint spins? Yeah. Yeah, just like we did with the other ones. And then we just we just took some spare wire and tied the knuckle to the shock so that way we wouldn't have our axles come apart. And it's such a nightmare putting tripods back in cars. Like if you've ever done that, that's the worst feeling in the world when you pop one of those out on accident, because they never want to go back in as easy as they come out.
This one is actually physically designed for the lifted truck. You can see it's actually got a little bit of an angle so that when it drops down, the ball joint is more oriented flat. So, and of course, it's adjustable, and this ball joint should last significantly longer. Oh my God, sucker's tight.
Good and tight.
Yeah, we use True Heart on a bunch of our cars, and when I found out they made this stuff for the lifted vehicles, decided to give it a try. So, putting these on right now. We'll see how they do.
Well, it's in.
Dirty. And then.
I thought you meant something. Ow!
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
On that, and I just basically dropped in first off, we can't really not measure as a gas thing. How the package pump with the After that, we eyeballed what we thought was going to be straight camber. It was probably positive 6 degrees. So that was interesting getting back together, though. We had to take the wheels off. There's too much weight just to be able to slide them nicely.
Couldn't even hand slide those.
Yeah, when we had the support from underneath and get nearly to ride height to have enough force to be able to force it back to where we wanted it, which we ended up maxing them all the way in. Although I do believe the ball joints can be flopped and done that way, so that way we can get some more in if we need to. Although we haven't aligned it yet, but it looks pretty close to 0 or like -1 degree of camber.
It's ready for a sweet jump.
It's Dukes of Hazzard, this shit. My hair's not quite long enough, but yours can blow in the wind of the window.
Blasting some creep.
Yes.
With arms wide open.
We got the camber close enough. We took it out for a drive. It feels it's very towed out. It feels like a race car. It wants to change directions on you and be darty, which it never was before. And you notice too, when you go close to full lock, it doesn't really want to naturally self-straighten either.
Yeah.
On top of that, but it did do pretty well. I took it through the big dips at down on Superior there, and at like 60. And I jumped into and hit it in the parking lot. Pardon my French. I hit it into the parking lot as fast as I could, and none of them came loose.
Yeah.
So that's a good starting point. But it definitely needs an alignment. I think something's weird with the toe now, because obviously it was aligned when it had a bunch more caster in it. And anytime you mess with steering geometry, suspension geometry, something goes wrong. I think we need to go get it aligned now. Let the professionals do that. I wasn't going to do it with toe plates, but I could pay someone else to do it. That seems a lot easier.
I mean, the camber is close. We can't do anything. I don't think we can adjust that properly without having dials on it, because it's just too random.
Well, I'll be interested to see what they say the camber's at, because just doing the old stick a straight edge and a phone on the wheel, it says they're somewhere like half a degree on both of them. Half a degree negative camber, which is what's stock, probably 1.4 or something like that. We're gonna add some more useful storage to the CR-V with some Molle panels.
Cool.
Rear windows.
Molle panels.
Yeah.
These are made by
HRG Off-Road.
All right. Honda Rescue Garage.
Yes.
Off-road.
Yep. Yeah, they
Very
make some
cool.
pretty cool stuff, and definitely got their lift kit. Really enjoyed that.
So what are these?
So I don't know what Molle stands for, but they're rear panel inserts that basically insert into the rear, I guess it's
Quarter glass?
quarter glass, yeah. And they allow you to put any kind of Molle pouch that you want into it, or any other Molle accessory.
Yeah, so those of you who are not familiar with Molle vest, Molle panels, basically the Molle system is like a Velcro that goes through a loop of material on a vest.
No, it's actually not normally Velcro. It's either like
A clip?
It's like a clip almost. Either it's like a soft weave. You weave it between the actual pouch and the Molle, like on a vest.
And there's no Velcro to hold that together?
No, normally it's just friction fit back up into where it's cut nowadays, or back in the day, I think a lot of pouches are still made like this, where they had the like snap buttons
Oh, okay.
to fit it at the bottom.
Nice.
Yeah, not your old school Alice anymore.
So you can snap any number of military-ish style holding
in theory,
pouches.
anything that's Molle compatible, which they've also made a lot of other gadgets that are Molle mountable.
Right. Well, it seemed to become universal, not just military now.
Yeah, it's honestly become really useful. I mean, even my overland bag has Molle on it.
On the sides,
On the side to add pouches, which it's a big sack. I don't think it needs any more pouches. But so we got one for the passenger side, driver's side, I believe. And one for the, it'll tell me right here actually. Yeah, this is the passenger one.
Okay.
And honestly, it looks like self-tapping screws.
Into the plastic.
Into the plastic, maybe into the metal. I don't know how far back the metal is behind them on the frame. I have not watched any install videos or anything like that. I just saw them on the website one day and be, hey, that'd be really awesome, and end up on my Christmas wish list, and here it is.
All right, let's put them in.
All right. Now, to be honest, this seems pretty dead nuts easy. So easy, in fact, I could screw it up really well. These tabs are bent, so that way it pretty much only fits one way in the window well, and fits quite snugly with all the tabs touching for the most part. I think I'm gonna mark the holes just cause I don't think I'm going to pre-drill. They are self-tappers. I think the holes are just so that way somehow if something gets off, I can see before I put the second screw in. And we'll see how it goes, and I think just zip them in. And if that's not the correct answer, you'll probably see a junkyard video at the beginning of this of me trying to find new rear plastics. Now I can pre-drill pilot holes and make sure everything's aligned and looking good before I do this. Where's the fun in that? Don't worry, if this side looks bad, I'll do a better job on the other side, and that's the side I can see when I change lanes anyways. One down, a few to go. That seems nice and solid. Just as I expected. It was really easy. I have one hindsight with this. I don't know what kind of Molle off-road guys are using, but all the stuff I've used on like belts and gear and stuff like that, I need to kind of be able to get to the backside of this to more easily fit it. Although it's doable without being able to get to the backside. So I wonder really what the, day-to-day going back and forth, maybe pulling this out once or twice to get the setup how you like it's going to be versus having it all preset and only putting these screws in once. Long run, if I have to, I could do like a threaded nut cert or something. But that is, I don't know if I'd mount a fire extinguisher to it either way. It's a lot of weight up high for a car accident, but that feels pretty damn sturdy. I read a few reviews somewhere online about these tabs not being quite bent right to sit flush, but man, those must have been earlier ones because these things are like dead nuts on. And as somebody who spent a lot of time bending steel for production parts, it's not always easy to get them right every time, and these look great. Sells into its pocket nicely. It kind of just falls into where it wants to be. It's not really a, you don't really have to find anything. You kind of just, just finds a spot and it stays. Situation complete.
Yeah.
They went super easy.
And there is apparently sheet metal underneath the plastic.
At least most of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels like it. Definitely feels like it. I'm not sure all of them had sheet metal underneath them or how much it engaged.
Okay.
But I wouldn't mount a fire extinguisher to them.
I would.
An accident. I'm not sure I trust that much weight that high. Crazier things happen.
Well, I would be more concerned about the Molle giving than I would be the panels giving.
Yeah, true. I would be too. I think I just wouldn't mount anything super heavy and hard up there.
Yeah.
But I think that's just kind of a general consensus of anything you're doing. Mm-hmm. I'm super happy with them. They seem really solid. They fit. They kind of only have one way they go in. They kind of just set into the hole and stay there. I just drew circles so that way I knew if I got slightly off after getting the first bolt in, I could realign it. But it probably would have gotten a lot easier had I self-tapped it, but I think, or had I pre-drilled the holes. But I think that also would have taken twice as long. And only made it about,
Well, self-tappers have a drill bit on the end of them, so.
They're pretty much a self-tapper. It's just hard to get the angle to get it to start. Once it starts, though, they drug themselves in.
Yep.
No, I'm super happy with them. It's time to go find some pouches. I think this is going to be a great addition because, especially when I go, shooting and stuff like that, all my, small things like medical bags, random little, even just Band-Aids and stuff like that always end up, stuffed underneath this or some other stupid place that I can't find because I've got the whole back end filled with gear and targets and stuff. So being able to have it just easy to access out of the way and pretty much always there should make it a lot better. Baking in the Arizona sun's one thing I'm gonna have to deal with and pull them down, although I might turn around and just kind of black out the rear quarter windows.
Yeah, you could do limo tent there and
Yeah, not worry about this.
Not
Not
worry
really
about
getting in. Just because you don't need them. I mean, you have mirrors for a reason. You don't need to use those little pieces of glass to look through.
Yeah.
I mean, this one, you don't look through ever. That one, maybe if
Occasionally.
you really need to see that motorcycle, but
Get
you
your
can see 'em
mirrors
with a
adjusted
mirror.
properly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be a problem.
exactly. No, so I'm really looking forward to it. Now I gotta go find some pouches to fit in, do
All
some
right.
measurements, see what's gonna fit. So hopefully we fixed the shake. We installed some True Heart camber arms on this that should be set for lifted CR-V. They definitely looked good. And we got it aligned, we set camber, we set toe on it. So we're gonna go give it a try and see if it shakes or if the shake's gone. It should be. Those upper ball joints were absolutely toast. Let's go get on the freeway. I know everybody's like, oh, it's a lifted CR-V. They always shake and stuff like that. This thing used to drive glass smooth when I first had it together, and for a long time it did, and then quickly it deteriorated from absolutely dead straight driving to a really violent shake. Felt like a tire was blowing out. And I can tell you what that feels like because I've lost tires on this CR-V. But we'll go hop on the I-10, get it up to speed and see how it does. But I really like the design of these. It seems like they give the ball joints a much better angle of attack for a lifted CR-V, rather than being such an extreme angle just at ride height. Oh no, stoplight getting onto the freeway, my arch nemesis. I don't have enough horsepower for this. I wish I had the 0-60 tester, because I can tell you, it's eventually. Okay, that's 40. That's 50. And
1 eternity later.
60, assuming the speedometer is correct. Oh, it's got a little bit of a shake. Civic in front of me almost put it in the wall going so fast into that corner. Yeah, it's still got a pretty good shake. It drives straight enough. But it's got more of a shake than I would like. Yeah, these are brand new tires on the front, so I don't think they need to get balanced or anything. And as soon as we're under 55, it's gone. Don't feel it at all. 65 to 70 when we're up there. Just keeps getting worse. Well, I guess it's back to the drawing board with that one. See if we can find what the problem is. Ah, it's because you lifted it. That's your problem. It wasn't designed to do that. Some idiot decided they wanted to use their CR-V for actual off-roading, not just driving to get groceries. Well, that's disappointing. That service truck looks like it needs service. All right, well, clearly there's more to be fixed. Now the uppers are fixed, something else is still shaking. So yeah, hopefully we'll fix that in the next video. Maybe we won't. Anyways, like, subscribe, hit the little bell so you get updates on when we're doing stuff. It's winter out now, it's nice out, it's time to go off-roading, so I really need to get this back together in a more usable manner than it is. So yeah, got some big plans for it, and hopefully we'll have that all rolling. But anyways, see you next time, guys.